Good morning, Liezel.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, Liezel, can you tell me about yourself?
My name is Liezel Maton, 23 years old, single mom, and I have two kids.
Okay, I have a few questions for you to answer, so let's start.
Okay, ma'am.
Why do you want to work as a maid?
To earn money for my family and for the future of my kids, I also used to do household chores.
Why you choose Malaysia when there is a lot of other country?
Malaysia is near in the Philippines, and the people there that just looks like Filipinos. We also heard a lot of good things about Malaysia, not just the place but also the people.
How are you qualified for this job?
I am hardworking, trustworthy, honest, and obedient.
May I know what your educational level is?
I am a high school graduate.
What was your recent working experience?
I am a working student before doing household chores, and it changed to that they were sent me to school.
Have you worked abroad before?
No, I did not.
Do you have experience of taking care of babies?
Yes, I am an expert of taking care of children or a baby because I do have kids. I am a mother of two. I
O-
don't I
Okay.
don't have I don't have any experience of taking care of elderly people, but I think it's pretty much the same taking care of children. They just need attention, love, and care.
Okay. Do you have any other special skills?
Aside from doing the usual household chores, I am also good in teaching kids. I am, because as I said, I am a mother. I am used to teach basic lessons of kids like reading and writing.
Are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes, I love to learn. I am interested in learning skills.
Okay. Are you willing to work with a family where the mother-in-law or any relatives stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, are you still working now?
No, I'm not.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, I do.
What sort of food can you cook?
I am an expert of cooking Filipino food.
Okay, are you aware that you will have to do washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking?
Yes, I am aware of that.
From all the house chores that I mentioned to you, which do you like most?
I love cooking because that's what I do at home and also my way of showing love to my family. I also like cleaning because I am an expert of doing that and I used to it.
If ever you were selected to work here in Malaysia, Lizel, who will take care of your kids?
My mother will take care of my kids.
You are not allowed to use handphone during working hours.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
You are only allowed to use handphone after you finish all the works and when going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You are strictly needed to surrender the handphone to your employer in the morning and your employer will return back to you once you're going to bed.
Okay, ma'am.
If ever your employer finds out that you're abusing of using your handphone and it's affected your work performance, your employer will confiscate your phone and you are not allowed to hold it anymore.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay. You only allowed to bring normal phone and you are not allowed to bring smartphone. Are you agreed for the terms and condition?
Yes, ma'am, I agree with that.
How many years is the contract as you agreed and understand?
Here's contract.
Can you describe for me your attitude?
I am hardworking, trustworthy, honest, and obedient.
How can you assure to us that you will work hard in Malaysia?
This is for my family and for my kids' future, so I will assure you that I will work hard.
Can you promise not to use the telephone without the permission of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to put on makeup but to dress properly while work?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to invite friends and relatives without the consent of your employer?
I promise.
Can you promise not to ask for advance salary from your employer under any circumstances?
Yes, ma'am, I promise.
Do you really understand of the rules and regulation of the agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you pay any placement fee for you to come to Malaysia to work as a maid?
No, I did not.
Do you have any history of sickness, breast cancer, or any other illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you suffer from any skin diseases, allergy, or physical defect?
No, ma'am.
Have you suffered from any serious illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you smoke?
No, ma'am.
Have you undergone any operation before?
No, ma'am.
Are you medically fit or are you fit to work?
Yes, I am.
Are you in any medication right now?
No, I'm not.
Are you allergic with any food?
No, I am not.
Are you preferred to work for the employer of different races?
Yes, I am.
Are you prepared to eat the type of food taken or given by your employer?
Yes, I am.
Are you afraid of being left alone in the house?
No, I'm not.
Are you afraid of dogs or other pets?
No, ma'am.
Can you promise to work according to instruction from your employer?
Yes, ma'am. I promise.
Do you have any family members working in abroad?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Liezel, we have finished our question section. Let's proceed for case study. I have a case study for you and I want you to respond truthfully.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, upon arrival in Malaysia within 6 months only, if ever one of your family members passed away, what will you do?
Whatever that is in my contract, I am aware, but whatever that is in my contract, I will finish it. I am aware, but also preparing myself to do anything that will happen when I am away from home.
Okay, so if in case that will happen, if in case, what will you do?
I will finish my contract.
Okay.
Whatever.
Any help would you give to your family members if in case that happened?
Yes, ma'am. Financial.
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 Okay, so basically, you will finish your contract as what you have said.
Yes.
And just send the money to your family. If
Yes,
in
ma'am.
case your employer is watching you right now, what do you want to tell them?
Ma'am, sir, no matter how hard it is to be away from my family, I will assure you that I will work hard. I will do my very best for this job.
Tell us about yourself again and why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
Can you repeat the question, ma'am?
Tell us about yourself again and why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
I am myself. I am Liezel Maton, 23 years old, single mom, and I have 2 kids. I want to work in Malaysia for my family to have to help my family and for the financial.
Okay, thank you very much, Liezel. We will update to your agency if there is any selection made by the employer.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.